Ondo State government scales up capacity building with executive management courses underway at PSTI. Nigerian Army redeploys senior officers in major reorganization. And from the foreign scene, protests against military government in Guinea claims one life. Good evening and thank you for joining us on the news tonight. My name is Timileyin Falade. The duty of care is one responsibility health workers owe their patients. How patients are treated, cared for are all part of these duties. However, over the years, health workers in Nigeria have been accused of negligence, and in most cases, patients pay the ultimate price for mistakes that could have been avoided. Joy Piles in this report takes a look at health workers' attitude towards patients vis-a-vis expected standards.
They didn't attend to us in time. So when I approached a doctor and I was complaining to him and he was telling me that if I'm not comfortable, I should go. And the statement, it looked somehow. So I look at him and I say, you are a medical personnel. That's not how you're supposed to approach me. You're supposed to at least calm me, even if you don't have time to attend to me.
According to Garba Timlo, this story is not peculiar to him, as many Nigerians are confronted with same measures of negligible acts from health workers across various health institutions in the country. Years of poor attitudinal disposition and healthcare professionals deviating from the core standards of their profession has further endangered lives of patients, causing many others to be in critical conditions. Observers are of the view that the health institution in Nigeria is losing its focus of genuine concern for patients, rather now arrogant and careless about the conditions of patients and plight. Perhaps this explains why Nigeria records significant numbers of deaths, injury, or fatality to the patient. In developed countries of the world, patients, concerned Nigerians say, are central to health policy, unlike in Nigeria, where the inability of a patient to pay often leads to unpleasant experiences.
In overseas, whenever you take any emergency patient there, immediately we take care of him. Before they started asking, who are you? Asking the ID card, they must take care of you. Whether you are a foreigner or a citizen or not citizen, they don't care. You are a human being. Even a dog.
According to a senior nursing officer, Temitope Ishola, health workers have ethics which they swore to follow strictly. But when they are dealing with an unwilling patient, there is need to be forceful about their conditions and plights to get the desired response.
Their response at times will make you to shout at times. And shouting is to prevent complication. As case may be, to prevent complication, for trouble not to happen at times when you need to shout, you shout so that they will do what they are supposed to do on time.
Others noted that some factors that could be responsible for the attitudinal change of medical workers include too many patients and deaths of medical personnel due to brain drain bedeviling the health sector, lack of compensations, motivation, among others.
Most doctors are almost leaving the nation, for green pasture in another country. Most of our hospitals are not being fully equipped. Drugs are not being circulated as supposed, and then this issue of not regular payment of doctors and nurses' salary is another major factor.
The chairman, Nigeria Medical Association NMA Ondo State Chapter, Dr. Adeyemi Oshowe Omosheyin, and other health workers said, contrary to people's opinions, the health sector is improving on daily basis, with health workers reoriented on tolerance and the ethics of the profession.
I want to continue to encourage them to continue to apply themselves to their duties. And I know, like we have said, our rewards might not be here, but God sees our hearts, that we are always committed. So please continue to do what you know how to do best.
Health directors have been talking to our people that their health, their personal attitudes towards their work and towards the health care seekers should always be encouraging at all times.
The premium placed on healthcare by various health providers in any country is key to safeguarding the lives of patients. And the message from victims of medical negligence is simple: the need for government at all levels to take action in ending the menace through patient-centered care policies in medical institutions and other training schools. Joy Pius, Osrc News.
Ondo State Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu says his administration will always prioritize the welfare of workers in the state for efficiency. At the swearing-in ceremony of the 6 permanent secretaries and tutors general in Akure, Governor Akeredolu charged them to be ready for the demands of the offices. Government House correspondent Wahab Ankoli.
The occasion was a platform for 6 permanent secretaries and tutors general to take oath of office, marking a new beginning of career advancement. Governor Akeredolu, while congratulating the appointees, advised them to see the task as a challenge to provide leadership and avoid any act that would dent their image.
The state can hardly afford having on board at this time any straggler as the government contends with the issue of optimum service delivery. The Osrc, which was conceived by the Reserve Office, is there. Some of you participated in it. Is there to guide you as to what to do. So, if we are facing challenges, we should not face challenge of those who are appointed as permanent secretary to administer or to be the ones as the accounting officers in respect of so many ministries. So, we cannot afford stragglers. We need you to work very well.
The governor said all hands must be on deck towards promoting sustainable development in all sectors of the state's economy.
And I believe that you will ensure relevant compliance with your service regulations. Important compliance with it. We want to apply it with rigor these days. So that any staff, you must sanction them.
Responding on behalf of his colleagues, Mr. Olusegun Omojua appreciated Governor Akeredolu for the honor which are promised not to disappoint, but discharge their duties effectively and efficiently.
We are going to key into your vision and mission to take Ondo State to greater heights.
Keen followers of the policy believe that the additions will make the positive change craved in the state's civil service. Wahab Bankoli, Osrc News.
You're still watching the news at 7. Let's take a quick break. Do stay with us.
Brekete times 10. Get a Glow SIM today and enjoy 1,000 Naira sign-on bonus for voice and data. All new and existing Glow subscribers also get 10 times the value of their every recharge, plus up to double their data recharge as bonus. All Glow subscribers also get up to free 20,000 Naira bonus for voice and data.
Glad to have you back. You can watch us live on our website www.osrc.ng or follow us on Facebook, Osrc TV Ondo, and on YouTube you can subscribe to our channel, Osrc TV Ondo. The Owale of Ikari Akoko Oba Adeleke Adebiti Adedoyin II has held the appointment of Mr. Kayode Ogundele as the Ondo State Head of Service. Oba Adegbite Adedoyin, who expressed satisfaction with the appointment, appreciated the state governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu for counting Mr. Ogundele as son of Ikare Akoko worthy of the appointment. The Owale said Ikare community will not forget the gesture, as it was the first time an Ikare indigene is named the head of service since the creation of Ondo State in 1976. Oba Adegbite Adedoyin also applauded Governor Akeredolu for his development efforts in the town. He expressed confidence in the ability of a new head of service to turn around the state public service given its track records. The Owale tasked the new head of service on innovations that will uplift the living standard and outputs of the workers. President Muhammadu Buhari has congratulated Archbishop Daniel Oko on his election as the president of the Christian Association of Nigeria. According to a statement by his special advisor on media and publicity, Mr. Femi Adesina, the president noted that Oko's election to lead CAN is a testimony of his devotion to God and the country. He acknowledged the role of CAN in fostering religious unity and harmony and trusts that the incoming president will continue to provide the needed leadership for the church. The president prayed that the tenure of Archbishop Oko will be marked with success. He also wished the outgoing president, Reverend Samson Ayokunle, best wishes in his spiritual and secular endeavors. Two days before the deadline of the compulsory installation of closed-circuit television (CCTV) in public places, as directed by Ondo State government, Muslim faithful have called for support from government, especially for smaller religious houses, to meet the deadline. To them, the government's decision targeted at protecting residents of the state at this trying period must be followed to the letter. Omoriola Ngbeji has details.
On June the 25th, Ondo State Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu signed an executive order for the compulsory installation and use of closed-circuit television (CCTV) in all public places to ensure the security of lives and properties in the state. Muslim leaders say the decision is apt considering the spate of attacks by terrorists in recent time.
It's a very good development. It's a way of protecting ourselves against the evildoers in our society.
Now, days to the deadline given by the authority, the Chief Imam of Akure, Abdulhakeem Yayi Akure, lauded the initiative and confirmed that the Central Mosque, Akure, has complied.
When that order came to us that we should make sure that we install CCTV at mosques, churches, and some other areas, immediately we go into action. And alhamdulillah, today, as I'm talking to you now, even for almost 2 weeks now, we've installed our own CCTV as far as Central Mosque of Akure is concerned.
He joined other faithful in pleading with the government to exercise patience with smaller religious houses.
I want to appeal to government that they will see some of mosques or churches or some areas that they have not yet to do this installation. I want to appeal to government to take it easy with them, and if, like what I said earlier, if it is possible for government to help these people, even including those people that have done their own, if government can do something reasonable for them, they will appreciate it. But I will never tell anybody to go against whatever the government has us to do.
We are calling on the government of Ondo State, particularly on the side of the Muslims. We know mosques are not money-making ventures. We don't make money there. We only contribute the little that we have to the upliftment of our religion and, of course, upliftment of our members there. The government should come to our aid.
Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu, in an executive order, has stressed that the violators of the order shall be prosecuted in accordance to Section 203 of the Criminal Code, Cap 37, Laws of Ondo State. Omoriola Ngbeji, Osrc News.
This month's environmental sanitation will hold in Ondo State tomorrow. A statement by the General Manager of Ondo State Waste Management Authority, Mrs. Ayo Adeyemo, said the exercise will hold between the hours of 7 and 10 in the morning. The statement said there would be restriction of human and vehicular movements during the exercise and urged residents to use the period to clean their surroundings and avoid violating environmental laws. The Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) has dispelled media reports that the resident electoral commissioner for Edo State, Dr. Johnson Senikiem, has been detained in connection with the recent primaries conducted by a political party in the state. The National Commissioner and Chairman, Information and Voter Education Committee, Festus Okoye, in a statement, said the REC was only invited by the police to provide insight into some technical issues regarding the processes. The National Commissioner said Dr. Johnson Senikem was neither detained nor under investigation. Festus Okoye expressed confidence in the Edo REC, saying he is a conscientious public officer who has supervised elections adjudged to be free, fair and credible. He stressed that impressions of harassment of officials or infringement of the independence of the Commission must be avoided as the 2023 general elections draw near. The Nigerian Army has redeployed senior officers in a major reshuffle. The shake-up affects some principal staff officers of the Army headquarters, general officers commanding, corps commanders, commandants of training institutions, brigade commanders, and commanding officers, among others. This comes amid renewed attacks by terrorists and other armed non-state actors, as well as a day after the military authorities said they have adopted a new strategy to tackle the threats in the country. Brigadier General Onyema Chukwu, who is the Director of Army Public Relations, announced the redeployment of the officers in a statement. The statement directed all the newly appointed senior officers to redouble efforts and commitments to duty in tackling the security challenges bedeviling the nation as they assume their new appointments. The Commissioner for Health in Akwa Ibom State, Professor Augustine Umo, says at least 14 persons have been infected with COVID-19 in the resurgence of the pandemic, which is again fast spreading across the country. Umo said the affected persons have been quarantined in their homes, while contact tracing of members of the households and other associates is ongoing. The Commissioner reminded residents of the state to observe COVID-19 protocols by regularly washing their hands and observing social distancing, use of face masks and hand sanitizers. The Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, says it is committed to resolving the foreign exchange issues confronting the nation and as such has been working to manage both demand and supply side challenges. The Apex Bank is therefore advised Nigerians to resist the urges of succumbing to the speculative activities of some players in the foreign exchange market. It gave the advice in the face of rising demand for foreign exchange for both goods and services by Nigerians. CBN's Director of Corporate Communications to Civilian